Hey, what's going on, guys? What I'm going to do is a quick little run through today, show you how to upgrade your firmware on your Sony A7S3 to the latest firmware version. Let's get started. Now, before I get into this video, I did want to say a quick little note. The reason why this whole thing got sparked and started is because I was running into some weird issue. I will post that weird issue at the very end of this video, so if you are a camera guru and you know your stuff, maybe you can help me out. Help me help you. I'm helping other people. You help me. We all win. We all win. So just stick around to the very end to see what that issue was, and we'll continue going on with upgrading the firmware now. So what you're going to do is you're going to head on over to the Sony website. If you go to electronics, you're going to have an option for cameras, and then you're going to go to interchangeable lens cameras, and then for the A7S3 you could just select it direct, and then what you're going to do is go to support and then downloads here at the bottom, right? Click on downloads. It's going to take you over to the next page, which effectively looks like this. Now, depending on whether you have a Mac or Windows, you're going to choose that appropriate option. I have Windows, so I'm going to click on this little button right here. You're going to have to obviously, like, sometimes agree. You might get this actual screen. It's an end user license agreement. Just go ahead and just click download whenever you see that, and it'll download the executable. And it shouldn't take too long to download. Once it's done downloading, you'll just double click the executable and it'll pop open a window. So while it's downloading, I just want to say a couple quick things. First of all, it's a 500 megabyte download, so half a gig download, which is a decent size for your camera, which means that it's going to take a little bit of time. So once you downloaded it, you want to double click that executable, and it's going to unzip and kind of run through its own little like processes, right? Then it'll pop up in a little window that looks like this: System Software Updater. The cool thing is you don't have to plug, your memory card in and transfer this program to your memory card and then plug it into your camera. It's going to do it all from your computer. So once you have this window set up, it's going to give you instructions to turn on your camera, select the USB connection, and change it to mass storage. I'll go ahead and show you how to do that real quick. So after you verified your version is the older version, I believe 1.01. What you want to do is go to this little suitcase, like you're going to work. Go down to USB connection, and you're going to change that to mass storage. And I'm going to go back and quickly turn off this stupid control with smartphone function. You have to turn that off in order to be able to turn your USB storage option into mass storage. So you're going to do this USB connection and then change it from MTP or auto to mass storage. Once you've done this, you can go back to your computer and click next. And obviously you're going to plug the camera into your computer using a USB-C cable. The USB-C cable is, just to clarify, it's going to be this top connection. USB-C cable will look like this. Yep, that's your USB-C cable. You will plug it into there, to that top connection, and that will initiate your computer's connection to the computer, and you will be able to click next. Okay, now we're back to the screen, and yeah, once you get the mass storage set up, you're gonna go ahead and plug it in with the USB cable and then click next, and then it is going to automatically connect to your camera. If you run into any issues here, again, just make sure you have the USB-C cable connected directly to your computer, whether it's USB to USB-C or USB-C direct. It should connect pretty quickly. Again, I don't have my camera connected because it went ahead and updated already, but once you click next, it'll be a pretty automated process. It'll take about 10 minutes and then it'll complete. And as you see now, when you go to the camera's little setup option and version, you will see that it shows 1.02. Alright, that concludes the tutorial portion of this video. The rest is going to be the bug that I ran into, so if you're here for that and you can help out, please, again, leave it in the comments below. Okay, this might be a little bit off topic, but this is something that I really want to know the answer to, and one of my big problems, right? So I have my iPhone, and essentially I'm trying to connect to the camera using the Imaging Edge app, right? And so I have it pulled up on my phone, and what I'm going to do is go to transfer remote, send to smartphone, and then I want to select it on the smartphone. Normally I would expect that after I select this option, it would jump into the QR code scan or some kind of Wi-Fi connection so that I can connect my smartphone to the camera and transfer the picture to my phone. But for whatever reason, it checks the database, it finds that there's an error, it's unrecoverable, and you hit OK or enter to go into this little section, and of course it fails. Like, it just doesn't do anything. It doesn't progress you into getting into the actual camera itself. Weird little quirk with the Sony A7S III. I've never seen this happen with my other cameras, but what's interesting is that control with the smartphone actually does work. If I can turn on control with smartphone and then have this connection set up, as soon as I try to scan the QR code, and the next thing you know, it controls it, it starts this remote operation. But then if you look, it's just literally a remote operation on my phone, and I don't know how to transfer the photos off, and that's what I want to do here, right? I want to transfer photos from the camera to my computer, and I just don't see any options. Back this up a little bit. I don't see any options on my phone in order to do so. So if anybody knows the answer on how to fix this thing, let me know in the comments below. I'm actually going to go ahead and reformat this thing. I'm going to reformat the memory card and see if it makes a difference. And it's really weird when you go to recover image database and you select that option, select one, check image database file, like yes, that is what I would like you to do. Press enter, and image database error, recover, enter. Image database recovery failed. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna go back to the very top, format, slot one, format this puppy. Okay, so it's successfully formatted. I'm just gonna take a quick little onesie photo, and then we're gonna go to transfer remote, send to smartphone, select on the smartphone, and then it goes through this whole process. So if it looks like if the camera has some kind of, I don't want to say bullshit, but bullshit database error, it doesn't do it. So now you scan the QR code, scans it, joins, and of course now I have the option on my phone to transfer that single file, that picture that I madly wanted to send to my phone. So another thing I'm noticing is that the picture that I had pulled off this camera that was the picture that I wanted, doesn't matter what the number is, it doesn't show up on the camera, and I don't know if that's a part of this database that it maintains on the camera itself, but it's no longer there. And so even though I put the picture from my computer back onto the camera, I am not able to get to that photo from my camera in order to send it to my phone. And it was my breakfast shot, which means I can't show anybody how cool my breakfast was. I don't know why, but this is just, it seems a little ridiculous to me. Also, I wanted to point out one thing. Whenever I put my CF Express card in my CF Express card reader, which is by Sony, I still run into this weird issue where the drive will pop up and I can see the disk, but it's labeled, you know, something, whatever I named it, D, whatever it is. Whenever I try to eject it, there's no option to eject the disk. So if there's a more appropriate way of getting the disk out without running into these database recovery errors or any type of database corruption problems, please let me know in the comments below. Alright guys, hopefully that wasn't too difficult. Hopefully you guys nailed it on the first try. Again, do not unplug your USB cable from your camera while it's doing this firmware upgrade. It can definitely mess up your camera, so be very careful about that. I think this just fixed the USB stability issue, so it's not even like a big update. I mean, I don't know what else it did, but it didn't look like anything very serious that would benefit me. Didn't fix my problem, but if you do know another way, a better way of taking out your CF Express card from your CF Express card reader without running into these database issues, please let me know in the comments below. I've run into this problem over a handful of times and lost footage and photos and videos, etc. So just please let me know in the comments below and I would greatly appreciate it. Alright guys, that's it. See you in the next video. Peace.